All right. So when and where were you born?
I was born in December the 2nd, 1966, and I was born in Zacatecas, Mexico.
When did your family move to America?
Oh my God. I'm not sure about the year, but I think it was somewhere in 1970s. I want to say 70s.
Why did your family move to America?
To be honest with you, I really don't know because my family was, we were doing very good in Jalisco, Guadalajara, Jalisco. So the reason I don't know. The thing is that my mother and my father, they moved to United States first, and then they left us with my grandparents down in Zacatecas.
Okay.
After a year, then my father went and picked us up.
Perfect. What is your first memory of America?
Not liking it.
Not liking it. Okay.
Not liking it at all. My parents were living in a little garage, so that was my home.
Okay.
And I didn't like the fact because I came growing up in a real house. So after that, we had to move on to a different place. Where we had to move to the house, they didn't want kids. So for me, it was very discouraged.
Yeah.
It's like they prefer the pets over us.
Wow.
So we were very sad.
Yeah.
And just the fact, it's like we didn't like that. So yeah, the house that we live in was very tiny.
Okay.
And we were not allowed to make any noise, and we were not allowed to play around.
Wow. How many bedrooms and bathrooms were in your house?
My house, the house that we moved in was one bedroom, the living room, and the kitchen.
Okay.
By then, my father had to have another family move in because, according to him, we couldn't afford the rent. So it was two families living in one tiny house.
Wow. So did you share a
We
bedroom?
shared a
then?
bedroom.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you describe the neighborhood that you grew up in?
The neighborhood was pretty quiet. Our next door neighbor was some old people, seniors. The other one was I think it was a family, but they had a special ed
Okay.
kid. So that's why we couldn't do anything because we were disturbing both sides of our neighbors. But it was pretty quiet.
Where were your parents born?
My father was born in Zacatecas, and my mother was born in Torreon.
And when were they born?
Wow.
Sorry, that's a hard one.
That's fine. That's fine. My mother, both of them in the 50s. I think
Okay.
52 and 55, something like that.
Perfect. What memories do you have of them while you were growing up?
We were very close. My mother and my father, they're always close to us. Very hard workers. My mother used to work all the time. My father the same. We loved playing baseball, so when my mother was at work, my father used to take us to the park and we'd play baseball. Again, when my father was at work, my mom came back and she used to take us to the park because, again, we couldn't make any noise at home. So all they wanted us to do is just be out there and play baseball, be around the park. So it was fun. It was only my brother and myself, so we had all kinds of fun. I used to play baseball, soccer, all kinds of sports. So I grew up as a tomboy, I would say. So yeah, my parents, I love my parents.
That's awesome. And so you just have one brother?
At that point,
Okay.
I did. 14 years later, my sister was born, so it's three of us.
Okay. Perfect. And so your brother was born in Mexico as well?
Yes, my brother
Okay.
was born in Jalisco,
Okay.
and my sister was born here.
Okay. And what memories of them do you have while growing up?
Wow, my brother, when we were at my grandma's, when my parents moved over here, I took over. He was like my son. So all this time, I was protecting him, and up to this point, I think I'm overprotecting. With my sister, when she was born, I was already 14,
Okay.
so it was like my baby. Everybody looks at us like mother and daughter because we're always together, and it's beautiful. We're very close. We're very close.
Okay. What kind of school did you go to?
When we moved here, I started in elementary. It was very hard for me. I have to say it was very hard for me. Number one, because my mother didn't allow us to speak English at home
Okay.
because they didn't understand.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to practice my English at home. At school, it was pretty hard because I didn't understand. Coming from Mexico, I started at second grade. When I came here, they put me in fourth grade. So I missed all that in between. So I was lost.
Yeah.
I was totally lost. And I think up to this point, I'm still missing a lot of points. And, I go back and I think, how did I do this? How did I manage to finish elementary, junior high, and then high school, not knowing my first steps? I think I did elementary, Madison, Pasadena, and then I did my junior high here, Wilson, Pasadena,
Okay.
and then again, my high school in Blair High School,
Oh, okay.
everything Pasadena.
What was your favorite and least favorite subject? Did you have one?
I'm gonna say all of them.
Okay.
Because again, I didn't understand step
Yeah.
number one. So it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
I wanna say English was my number one because I didn't understand it and I had to learn it as I was moving on. I didn't understand. So I didn't really practice my English not until I started working.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So yeah, I definitely English and then math.
Okay. Who were your friends?
I didn't have friends.
Okay.
I was always lonely, so I was always in the monkey bars, just being by myself. I didn't have friends.
Who were your favorite teachers and why, if you have any?
I'm gonna say I did have one, and that was Mrs. Hernandez, and that was in the fourth grade. She really helped me. She really tried to teach me both of the languages, Spanish and English together. So I'm gonna say her. And then after then I didn't even bother having
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. So this one is was it easy or hard to learn English? I think.
I'm gonna say it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because again, my mom tried to help me by teaching me the ABCs, the way she knew them, which she did a good thing, but it was not easy, I think I was teaching myself.
Okay. That's
So
hard.
It was hard,
Yeah.
but we survived. And up to this point, I even tell my girls, my resolution is to just do my English and try my best to have a perfect English. So this year I have to try.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
What did I want to be? I really wanted to study the cosmetology,
Okay.
and but my mom didn't let me. It was free classes, and she didn't allow me to stay after school.
Okay.
So then after that, I stopped caring for school. It's like, okay, I can't do it, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I would really want to do cosmetology, or just be the airplane hostess.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good ones. What was your graduation from high school like?
It was very exciting.
Yeah.
I want to be very honest with you. When I was in high school, I didn't know of the events. I didn't know what was coming up. I was never involved with nothing that had to do with school. So now I understand a lot. Now having my girls, now I understand, we're going to have this and we're going to have that. And everything has a time and everything has a date. Well, I didn't. I was just always guessing or always hearing here and there, but was never involved. So for me, everything was very exciting, but I was never prepared for it.
Okay.
So when I graduated from high school, that was like a big challenge to us because I was the first one in the family graduating. And then, that was like a big feast to my family because neither of them had graduated, not even from elementary.
Okay.
So being the first one, it was a big feast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. What goals did you have for your life after you graduated?
Just work.
Okay.
Just work. Again, coming from a very poor family, we have to work. So my mom was working at the time, so I promised my mom that as soon as I would graduate, I would take her out of work and just keep her at home because I hated just the fact to see my mom working. So yeah, I did.
That's amazing. And okay, what is your career?
My career. Well, I'm in charge of the kitchen. So I'm a manager here at the kitchen and I love it. I don't know what to call it. It's like a kitchen cook. I don't know what to
You
call
do
it.
a lot of things. You're like a
I-
chef, a manager,
yes.
but also you help the girls. You just a lot of things. I feel.
Right. I try my best to help as much as I can. So I'm in charge of the kitchen, but also I do a lot of paperwork
Yeah,
and I train. So
it's a lot.
it is a lot. It is.
Okay, last question. What advice do you have for teachers of second language learners?
I'm gonna say that to be patient
Yeah.
because it's very hard to teach and it's very hard for us students to learn.
Yeah,
Not, especially when you start at that age and you have so many people like pushing you or just it's very hard, it's very hard, but be patient and really just be patient.
that's great advice. Thank you so much.